This video is about Google Docs and performing a few simple tasks for the Level 1 Google Certification Learner. This video will include learning how to use the feedback feature in comments, using just being able to put some links, images, and things like that into the actual doc. Also, we're going to look at revision history, where to access that and what to do with that, and also how to insert a smart chip. These are all the things that Google One would be required of. But first, let's get started. I'm going to show you a secret, a little quick tool if you want to create a new Google file. Well, I say file because you could either do a doc or slides or sheets or whatever the same way. So if I go Docs, if I go up here to the omnibar, and go docs.new, I create automatically a new Google Doc. So that's pretty cool. I have Grammarly that pops up there. So a couple items here. So this is a new doc, and I might actually open up something that's a little more, well, maybe not. Let's just work with this for now, and then I think we'll be able to do enough for revision history. First, let's just start typing. I'm going to start typing something here, and then I'm going to do something down here. Can't type. Oh my goodness. And then so the first thing I'm going to show you how to do is provide feedback for comments. So let's imagine that this is an assignment that a student had turned in, and you open it up in Docs and you're like, okay, well, I want you to consider maybe rewording your comment. So as soon as you start to highlight something, you can see here that it gives you three options. You can add a comment, add an emoji, or suggest edits. So, of course, I think those are pretty self-explanatory, but let me just go ahead, for the sake of Google One, go ahead and leave comments. So I'm going to leave a comment. So as you can see, it says comment or at others with at. So I'm just going to say, I think you need to consider more depth. And then you'll be able to comment on this, and the owner, by hitting, by actually clicking comment instead of hitting enter. That's a bad habit of mine. And so the owner of this doc will get that comment. You can also, if you're working in a group, if you wanted to at somebody, if you at somebody, this will then add this person to this doc and add them as a contributor. So that's pretty cool whenever you're collaborating. So if I hit reply, this will then bring up this prompt to share this document with this person as a commenter or editor. So I'm just going to leave it as commenter and then comment. So this person will then get a notification that they are ready to comment on this document. So what's cool about now is, this document is now a working document, a living document, and a collaborative document. So if I were to, let's save it, and it's saved in my drive, and let's just go to something else for a minute. drive.google.com. This is where all of your Google files live. And let's just go to, these are some of old files that I have in my personal. I don't use my personal Google Docs much. I use it for work. But let's go ahead and look at something here that I've done. Let's just, I don't know. This is just a something that I was working on. So what I'm looking at here is a document that was created a while ago. And if I click this, and in some other views, it might look a little different. Like on my enterprise one through the school, it looks just a little different. There's a actual link up here, but I'm going to look at the different versions of this document. And you can see that these are the different revisions that are made with this document. So I'm going to go and say, okay, I made a comment May 18th, 2022. I'm just going to click on that. And this is what this version of this document looked like on May 18th, 2002. This is useful for kids that work on things together, and let's say somebody accidentally deletes everything. You'd be able to go back and restore it to its original version. You could also see here, I know it just says Greg Rothwell, but let's pretend that the whole class was collaborating on this this page. You'll be able to see who made what edit and when. And so when we think of those, the good old days of group work, whenever one student does everything and nobody else contributes, this is your way to be able to prove who has done what, when, and how much. So this is very useful when it comes to group work and showing the different versions as the document progresses. You're able to make a copy of that version as well, or name that version. I really haven't done much with that before, but the option is definitely there. So I'm going to go back to this one that we were playing with, and I'm going to show you two more things, adding links and images and such, and also smart chips. So I think the images and links are pretty simple. They really haven't evolved over time is what I'm really getting at. Here's a button up here that looks like a landscape. That's the good old-fashioned insert image. You can upload it from computer or your Google Drive, or through a URL or through a camera. So if you have like a document camera or something attached to your computer, that's where that's most useful. You'd be able to just take that image from that document camera and put it into a Google Doc. You could also access that through insert, and then the first one would be image, and it gives you the same options. So that's insert image. Insert link. So if I'm going to add a link, and I'm going to add a link here, and I don't know what link I want to add, let's just go over here. Let's just take this link from my Google Drive. I'm going to copy that, Control-C, go back, and you can see that I have this highlighted. So a quick and easy way to do this would be keyboard shortcut Control-K, which brings up your ability to hyperlink within the document, and then you can just say, drop that in there, Control-V, and you can apply. And so it just creates a hyperlink, does not change the verbiage that was here before. The long way around that would be to go up here to insert, and then the same thing would be, I actually have to look because I don't do this very often. It's clear down at the bottom. Same thing, Control-K, link, click on that, and you'd be able to drop your link there. One more thing is smart chips. Smart chips are just something that Google came up with in the last 6 months. So if I'm typing, let's say, Greg Rothwell, I know that's not going to work out for me here. Let me see. Right here. Okay. So if I'm typing, let's ask, you can @ Greg Rothwell, or you can see how I tried it with Meg, but it didn't work. I feel more comfortable using, let me bring in my enterprise version of Docs, because I feel more comfortable using smart chips with that because I use it more often. So let's go ahead and if we're going to insert a smart chip, I'm going to be talking to Jen Miller. So if I'm just making a list of people, let's say, and Jen Miller is, well, usually works. So let me go back one more time. This recording this video live isn't really working out for me, huh? So if I go Greg, and then Jen. See, look, now see, it wants to finish it. I should have put her full name. It wants to finish it for me, so if I just hit tab, it's going to create this, and it's called a smart chip. And basically what it does, it just links her profile to your document. So you're able to keep her specific information within that document. It won't really notify her or anything that she's in your document unless you at her. So if you do this, then it will notify her that she's within the document. But if it's somebody within your contacts that you talk with in your Google world, let's try. So there's Dr. Kramer. So again, it wants to finish it for you. You just hit tab, and then all of a sudden Dr. Kramer's information is right here. So that's what a smart chip is.